Students dumber than you are getting better grades, and here's what they're doing. Simply use this meme. Yes, a meme. It changed my brain chemistry and will change yours too. Bear with me. Most of us sit in the middle of the bell curve of intelligence. We are mid-curvers, not a genius but not unintelligent either. However, as the meme shows, our tendency to overthink often leads to analysis paralysis. For example, if you want to tackle your exams or write that big research paper, as a mid-curver, you might be held back by thoughts like,
but what if I choose the wrong topic? I don't have the perfect study plan or all the resources. Who am I to explain this concept in class?
On the other hand, those on the left of the curve, often labeled as dumber, tend to overthink less, sometimes overestimate their abilities, and are more likely to just do it. Here's how a left curver thinks. How hard could it really be to just skim a few articles? Or they simply just don't think at all and just act. Not only will this approach save you unnecessary mental pain, but it also opens up more opportunities for you. These left curvers, the quote-unquote dumber, learn by doing, and they often gain the first mover's advantage. This meme actually went viral and so many people swear by it. This is why students who just start studying without getting bogged down by the perfect methods get more traction, all while many of us work harder and longer for similar results. It's not that they were smarter, they just moved faster and gave themselves their best chance. They got in the race while you are still overthinking from the sidelines.
Clear your mind, empty it of all thoughts.
This mental reframe is also what can help you become a better content creator, a better employee, a better anything. It was my aha moment for why we might see people less capable than us or less intelligent than us get farther in life. Now, whenever I find myself stuck in a loop, I say to myself, just left curve it. Quick exercise time. What should you be left curving in your studies or in life? Comment below. So, why are students dumber than you getting A's? Number 1, they put the A in lazy. This is how I could maintain an average of 8 hours of sleep per night while I was maxing out my AP course load in high school while playing varsity sports. And then later on, I went to study chemical engineering at Caltech. I was just too lazy to procrastinate. Because the more you dwell on your work and delay, the harder you'll have to work later to make up for lost time. In fact, I knew that if I sat there feeling overwhelmed, I won't make progress and then I'll feel even more stressed, which is even more effortful. Put simply, be too lazy to get stressed. This is just one of the tips that I have in my Stop Procrastination cheat sheet that my subscribers can get for free, linked in the description. Like, I don't know how y'all do it, man. I would much rather be sitting in the comfort of my desk knowing that I have days and days before the deadline and then put forward my best work rather than cram a day before the deadline. In my mind, you procrastinators are putting in a lot more work and likely not getting as good results. Number 2, they use KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Simplify your methods. Instead of being like,
I'm going to use the 4-step Feynman technique paired with a TGIF study timetable because that will really strengthen the connections between my neurons because, you know, science said so.
Yes, science!
Instead of that, just do what you already know works intuitively. Like, it's not rocket science that scrolling on your phone every 10 minutes is not good for memory retention. Further, simplify your systems, whether it's your binders, your notes, your planners, or calendar system. For example, for years, people said I should use Notion. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I did not want to learn every complicated feature in there. When I tried to learn with YouTube tutorials, everything and all the templates just seemed way too complicated, so I ended up not even wanting to use the tool. However, instead of giving up, I took the easier route. I just started with a simple Kanban board that fit my needs, and I added to it and customized it over time. The simpler the tool, the more likely you'll use it consistently and effectively. And the beautiful Kanban board I have now is my A+ digital planner. And guess what? By starting simple and customizing it, now I have this beautiful Kanban board fitting exactly my needs. It's my A+ digital planner that conveniently links your classes to your tasks, gives automated reminders, and I love its flexibility of shifting things around. I literally use it on a daily basis for my own work. So think about what you're overcomplicating and thus increasing your activation energy, and how can you keep it simple? Stupid. I'm not calling you stupid, but you know, it's just the phrase. Number 3, they don't wait for the perfect moment or perfect setup. Those super aesthetic videos out there are misleading. I am technically pretty productive and efficient, I might say, but my desk 99% of the time, it is super messy and chaotic. Be stoic and able to work even under chaotic conditions. You might think that the perfect time to do homework or study is like those aesthetic videos tell you online, like, oh, here's how to design your study space and organize all your pretty colorful pens and pencils. But I was able to study during class and do homework even while waiting for my tennis match to start. By trying, I trained myself to make progress even when all the people around me were loud and socializing and chilling on their phones. And here's a tip to be focused, like a quote-unquote dumb person. Underestimate your brain. Pretend like your brain only has capacity to do one thing at a time. Instead of assuming you're capable and pushing your brain to be superhuman, assume you can only focus on one thing and just hack away at it. Tip number 3 is critical to succeeding in life too, because life is messy. And so with like 0.001% of the time being perfect, then if you rely on the perfect moment, you'll never get anything done. Besides, with free study apps like Thea on your phone, you can literally study anything, anywhere, and anytime. Many of you already know how amazing Thea is, which is why I'm partnering with them yet again. You are among some of the very first to hear this exciting news. Thea Study is now available on iOS and Android. Thea's new mobile apps have everything their website does to help you get the smart way. You can upload documents, lecture slides, videos, or even podcasts. Smart Study still works its magic for you. Automatically create flashcards, practice questions that adapt to your skill level, and play games. All of the study tools are tailored to you the way learning should be. Especially with finals coming up, have a bias toward action because every minute counts. You can use Thea on your commute, waiting online, or to replace your late night doom scrolling. You can turn your idle moments or transition times into opportunities for spaced repetition. How efficient! Many students from around the world are already loving Thea's app, saying it's 10 out of 10 and the best study app they've ever tried. So, learn smarter by downloading Thea Study in the App Store or Google Play. Tip number 4. They don't learn everything. Don't you think it's silly if you have to know every little fact in your class to get A's? Exactly. Learning everything is AI's job, not yours, because you literally cannot learn everything. If you sit there like a bookworm 24/7 memorizing every darn thing in the textbook, you will burn yourself into the ground and probably still not get good grades. And worse, you're not actually valuable to society. That's because you can never get even close to knowing as much as AI. So instead, use your human advantages: reasoning, creativity, prioritization. Use these incredible Mother Nature given skills in your brain to target exactly what your teacher or your class wants. Go ask what the test will cover. Go ask for an example of an A+ essay. Learn from examples instead of reinventing the wheel. Plus, with repetition, you'll get really good at getting just the right sample size, so you know exactly how to minimize your effort. Hack alert! This is the other way to increase your conversion rate. Your conversion rate is output divided by input. So getting better results with less effort is the same thing as maximizing your conversion rate. Can you answer this math question? You can increase this if you increase your numerator, or fractions, guys, I know you can do this. Ding, 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 you can decrease the denominator. Thus, the goal of tip number 4 is to minimize your input, which is the amount of things you try to learn in the first place. Big brain energy. Give yourself a gold star and comment below if you got the answer to the math question. You're paying attention in class. Tip 5, they hack the system the ethical way. Here is the brutal truth that you cannot afford to learn too late. Soft skills will take you farther in life than hard skills. This is the difference between hard and soft skills. So use your soft skills to make friends, to raise your hand in class, and to establish rapport with your teacher. You don't know what you don't know, so this is how you can get hacks that you never even knew you needed. For example, in my French cinema class at Caltech, I was doing awful on my essays. I was getting like C's and B's, and I was just like, great, this is my first non-A in like 10 years. But guess what? I had amazing friends and I talked with them a lot. And so one of my friends was kind enough to be like,
Hey, how about you take a look at my essay because I did pretty well and maybe you'll learn from it.
And then once I read it, I was like, boom, something just clicked. I was completely using the wrong approach. It's not that my friend just had better writing skills than me, it's that my friend knew what the teacher wanted. And because her essay with that A+, class was already proof of that. All I had to do was to use the same approach. Another way I put the A in lazy to hack the system is that I would talk to upperclassmen friends to see who are the best teachers, who are the teachers that will give me the easiest time and not a lot of grunt work that will take me hours and hours to do every day. Once I learned the secrets, I would go to my counselor and we would work together to jigger my schedule around just to ensure that I don't end up with a teacher that makes my semester a living HE double hockey sticks. Only when you're proactive and seek out information can you figure out how to even hack the system. And so in that case, for AP psychology, for example, some of my friends who were smarter than me had to do almost 3 times the amount of work that I did. My easier and more fun teacher made AP psych class more manageable, but I still got a 5 on the exam, same as my friends who were suffering a little bit more in the harder teachers class. Overall, be willing to ask for help and use resources and smarter tools. Don't have too much pride. Too much pride will only lead you to your downfall. Caesar. You're a good AP Lit or Lang student if you understood that reference. Number 6, they underestimate their natural ability, but never underestimate the power of hard work. You've probably heard the tortoise and hare story, where a rabbit and a turtle are off to race, and the rabbit is of course a lot faster than the tortoise, but they get cocky and they run a lot, get ahead of the tortoise, and then they're like,
oh, I'm gonna take a break.
And so the rabbit starts to nap. But guess what? The turtle, minute after minute, he's just prodding along. And eventually, by continuing to put in that effort and having the trust in that effort, the turtle beats the hare. If you're too smart, you might underestimate the power of hard work. You think you're smart and should be able to do things with less effort, and thus you don't learn how to problem solve. Maybe you just went off of pure talent, while the naturally less capable person prods ahead and eventually surpasses you. They simply put in the work. And the work itself, even before the grades, is rewarding because they learn how to learn. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and that's why I always work hard. You may not know your exact IQ score, but what do you know? Either way, hard work will pay off. And if you are talented, well, then imagine how much even better you'll be with hard work. Just do it. I like the swoosh. If you're ready to just do it, then comment below, I like the swoosh. And also, this will make the people who didn't get this far feel confused because they'll just go down in the comments and be like, oh, what the heck does that mean? But it's a reward to yourself because you showed that you were committed by getting this far in the video, and I'm so proud of you for that. But even with all of these 6 tips, you're missing the biggest life hack. Not just to supercharge your academic success, but this will actually give you back days of your weeks and even years of your life. And that is cutting your screen time. And I share my secrets for exactly how to do that in this video here. People who have already watched this video said that these are some unique tips that they've never heard of before. And they said that my advice helped them cut their screen time from 8 hours to 3 hours. Remember to learn smarter with Thea's new mobile app available on both iOS and Android. The links are all in my description, along with my Beat Procrastination cheat sheet and my A+ digital planner. So weird that I started the video cloudy and now the sun is up. Maybe that's symbolic of something. A-team, at the end of the day, remember that self-love equals self-care equals automatic self-growth. Take care of yourself so then I can see you at the top. Till next time, thank you. Alert. Oh my gosh, I don't know, that sounds cheesy. It's like,